All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Shaman J. Time to follow up on my Pixels. These are both of my Pixel 10s. This is my Pixel 10 right here in Indigo, and this is my Pixel 10 Pro XL in Moonstone. So I've had both of these since the end of August, and I've been using them both. More so, I've been using the Moonstone because it's the largest phone that I'm carrying right now. And for reference, this video has been recorded with the brand new iPhone Air. No external microphone this time. I just wanted to use the phone itself and just see how it comes out. So we're going to run with it. Now, I've been using both of these, but I've been rotating this one. I've been rotating this one on and off of one of my phone numbers, so my primary number. But then once I got the Air, I stopped rotating. And so this phone has gotten the same amount of use just with no phone calls. So just bear that in mind. But it has been great. We'll start with the regular 10. There's a lot of people that are always on the fence about, which one they should get. Now, typically, you guys know I prefer the smaller variant, the smaller size. And once I realized that there was going to be a triple camera setup on the entry level Google Pixel 10, I was like, this might be something I can work with. And all in all, I've been checking out the quality of it, and I've just been kind of checking everything out, and it's actually a really solid phone, folks. This phone starts, I believe, at $800. And, some people would shake a leg at that. I personally feel like there are some drawbacks to that price point because it's just predominantly has to do with the price versus the memory option. I don't think it's still a thing that you should be charging $800 for 128 gig. It definitely should be further down the line because for $800, you can get so many other phones with a higher memory storage and, better processors and things like that. But that's neither here nor there. The memory option is a total fail for me on this. I said that since day one, so this isn't something that's new. But I just don't think it's right that they're still doing 128 gig models for $800. I just don't see why they're doing this still. So other than the price point with the memory option, the price point itself, I feel like is kind of fair. It's just that memory option kind of kills it. But in the end, for $800, this is a lot of phone, I guess I should say. You've got the triple camera setup on the back. And even if you don't like the sensors on here, I don't think the average consumer is looking at the sensors on this phone. I think they're just taking photos and, they're just going to enjoy the video quality that comes from it. I shoot a lot of content with this phone. I recently went in and cleared out a lot of the content because, well, it only has 128 gigs of storage. But let me see if I got anything left on here. Unfortunately, I cleared my backup, but this is the last photo that I took with this, and it was of the Moonstone here and the iPhone Air. So, these are some photos I took back the day that I got it. These are some portrait shots I took. These cameras on this phone are, man, that is some pretty good detail, man. That is really, really good. But, nonetheless, I'll snap some photos right now. Let me grab some things off my desk. Hold on. So I'm going to go ahead and take some photos right now. Let's see here. Tilt it up. All right, so we'll just go in here. And the thing about this I love that it has an ultra wide camera. And I'm in view right here, so you can see this. I'm just going to snap a photo in regular, and I'm going to go 2 times and snap. And then I'll do the same thing here with this red color cross. Beautiful camera, man. I mean, the Pixel cameras just do so well. Taking photos and stuff with this, my goodness, you are just going to get some of the best footage that you could ever ask for on a phone. Phones today have definitely made their mark. They have made their mark. And, coming from this camera, there's not a lot of cameras out there that I feel can really compete with just taking regular portrait shots with the Pixels. And now some of these regular shots are just really, really solid. So good detail on it. It looks really good. This is the 2-time zoom that I did. Here's just a regular one. I mean, this camera will not disappoint. Video and everything on it is just great. This is some good quality. Video on it is really good. And I'm just finding that when you start to look at people who want a good camera, that is where you might have to spend a little bit more money, because today's world is a social world, meaning everybody's posting all of their business online and they're taking photos and videos of everything every few seconds and they're posting it online. So the Pixel 10 being their, of the 10 lineup, this is their lowest trim, I guess. The fact that they have an ultra wide on it and a telephoto, that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Some people want to have both, and you can't fault them for that. So I prefer the ultra wide. I don't need a telephoto, but I will say that this phone definitely produced some great footage when it comes to just regular photos. I typically do a lot of portrait shots, but I've been taking a lot of regular photos, and depending on how you position the camera, you can actually get some really good depth of field photos without even trying. I've done this on several other phones. It's just about the positioning of the phone and the way you have the camera. So when it comes to camera quality versus the price range, I think it's definitely winning. And I just feel like Google has always done a great job taking photos. Where I think they fell behind was, where Google fell behind was video, but that too has been greatly improved, because I have been using these two phones to record nearly 99% of the content on the channel. And that's speaking volumes, because some of my favorites to use are my Fold 7 and my Galaxy S25 25 Edge. Love those. But I just feel like Google has really stepped up their game when it comes to content. Now, on this phone, I should have some videos that I can show you that I've recently done, because, man, I've been using the crap out of this thing to record content. Yes, I have some footage on there to show you. So I'll show you the video that comes from the phones on this one. But when it comes to the video, they have done an astronomical job and stepping up their quality. Outside, ironically enough, I didn't really like how this took photos and videos of me. The color tones appeared to be a little off for the video, but other than that, it's actually a really solid phone. And then if you take away the memory option, there's a lot about this phone that's pretty much just spot on. I'm not going to say that it should have cost less. I'm going to say that they should have given you a higher memory option to start at 256. And that would have been a huge factor for a lot of people, because in order to get that 256 gig, you got to move up in price. And that's where it starts to become a problem for a lot of people. So hardware wise, on point. This is some of the best hardware. I love how this phone feels in hand. It's the perfect screen size. I prefer 6 to 6.3, and this is just on point. The perfect size to keep in your pocket at any given time. And the hardware itself feels really good too, because it's not real sharp on any of the edges. It's got this brushed aluminum sides, which I love. I like how they continue it on to the camera module there. It's just a good looking phone, a good feeling phone, and the hardware is top notch, man. It's some of the best hardware you can get right now on a smartphone. It feels really substantial in your hand. When you start to use all these thin phones, you start to feel some type of way. But then when you go back to a phone like this, which I use this one every day, it feels right. It feels right. And I was so close to exchanging this one for the Pro model, like the smaller variant, same size as this. I just didn't want the same size pixels. I just didn't want to do it. So, and I didn't trade in my 90. I didn't do any trade-ins this year, so I just got them. And I just really feel like this phone right here will be enough for any Pixel fan. And Pixel fans love the software and the camera. And when it comes to the camera and the software, it wins every time. It's just smooth, buttery smooth. Now, when it comes to performance, you might feel some type of way about like high-end gaming and stuff like that. I personally do not do high-end gaming. But what I will tell you is that if you decide to do some high-end gaming, I've heard that it doesn't do so well. But I'm going to show you some video on this phone. All right, let's get in here. Go straight to the camera. And the last video I shot was this one right here of the case for the iPhone Air. And I mean, I've just done so many videos with it. This phone is just just incredible. And I know this phone is good because people are asking me, well, what did you shoot that with? And I'm thinking, man, if only they knew. And then I always tell them and they say, whoa, that was a Pixel 10 Pro XL. I've been getting that a lot lately. And it just goes to show how well Google has improved on their video, because in this setting, this is a controlled environment, meaning the lighting is not natural. I have two LEDs going. I have the tone set a certain way just so the phone camera can do the best that it can do. And some people are now noticing that the Pixel 10 lineup is actually really good. And the footage that I'm showing you here, it's the same on both. I've used this one probably a lot more, but I just started to clear it out because it just has that that memory uh, so low. And this one has 256 gig. Oh, that's not what I want. This one has 256 gig of storage, and so that's why I've been starting to transition to using this one more. No thanks. Get out of there. So you can see here content I've been doing. It's just been really good. This produces the colors properly. Some people are saying, man, your phone actually looks the part like it's actually blue on camera. And I've been using this phone right here because it produces the quality of the content really well. It just does extraordinarily well. So when it comes to the video content, yeah, Google has definitely stepped up their game. Now, of these two phones, these are pretty much the same. I feel the same way about the hardware on both of these. This being the larger phone, I used to do big phones I still buy a lot of big phones, but I've transitioned to wanting a smaller device or a thinner device in my pocket for daily use. And of these two phones, there's no bad one to pick. They both have stellar hardware. They feel the same. This one is just bigger. They both have beautiful screens. The camera on this one is supposed to be a lot better, and I think it is a lot better in certain situations. It handles things a lot better. The quality of the way it's produced looks a lot better. I'm not gonna say a lot better, but you can tell the difference between the two sometimes. But if I'm just shooting video in my office, it's gonna be hard to tell. But when I go outside and start shooting things, then you might see a slight difference. But overall, the camera quality is great. Hands down, it's great on both. You can't go wrong with both. The reason I would probably recommend the Pro lineup is just kind of for the memory and then the higher tier of the cameras. Other than that, folks, you don't have to get the Pro model. You've got some different colors over there, but you got the more eclectic colors over here and more vibrant, lively colors, I guess I'll say, on the regular 10 lineup. Performance is generally the same. Cameras basically match each other. The screens on here, both are beautiful. The software is solid. Battery life on both of these is where you'll see a huge difference. Now, this is the Pro XL, so it has a ginormous battery inside, over 5,000 milliamps right now, I believe. And this one's just under 5,000, but they're both good. I found that obviously the Pro XL definitely lasts a lot longer. But that's expected because of how big the battery is. And then the way they have it positioned, and put together with the hardware, I don't know, it just gets better battery life. And it may just be that it's a bigger battery, but I think there's some fine tuning being done here because this phone has extraordinary battery, easily making it through more than one day. And then I can almost get 2 days out of this one now that it's kind of settling in and it's figuring out my usage. Yeah, it's definitely one that has great battery life, but I'm not going, I could get more than 2 days on a light day, but when I hammer in, I still get close to 2 days, which is pretty crazy. It is what it is, though. I'm not getting more than 8.5, 9 hours of screen on time on this particular device with the heavy usage. But this one, I probably could squeeze out 8 to 9 hours easy as well. So which one of these should you buy? Which one should you buy? You should buy the one that you actually want to buy. If you want to save money and get pretty much the same, this is the same with all OEMs. If you want to save money, don't get the Pro line. You're going to get the same experience overall with both phones. You're just going to get better battery on this one, and the camera quality might be a slightly better in some scenarios. But I think it's just gonna come down, and they also make this one in a small variant too. So those looking at the small Pro version of this, if you want to save money, definitely, you like this design, definitely just go with the 10. But if you're one of those people who feel like you might push your phone a little bit more in certain areas like battery and camera, I mean, just go for the Pro lineup. But I think ultimately you're going to get the same experience. I'm using them both side by side, and I feel like I'm getting the same experience. I'm just noticing, obviously, that the battery is different and the cameras are slightly different in production of some things that I'm using it for. But I don't know. Price obviously is different on here as well. This costs more, like $300 more, I believe. So you got to put that in mind. And if you go with the smaller Pro version, I think it's $200 more, if I'm not mistaken. But you can correct me in the comments, folks. I just know that this Pro lineup definitely costs more than the regular 10. And it's up to you to determine which one of these you really want to get into. I definitely, if I had to do it all over again, and I just had to choose one phone, I would get the small Pro in Moonstone. But, I bought them both because I wanted to really try this 10. And I got the Moonstone 10 Pro XL thinking I was going to send it back. Just, I was like, I love this thing. So I ended up keeping it. I was going to exchange it for the Pro, but I ended up just liking it. So the Pixel 10 lineup is actually really good this year. As a recording this video, October 7th, we have 2 more days until the Fold comes out, and I'm supposed to go walk into the store and pick up the Fold in Moonstone. I just don't see my use case scenario for it. And, I'm thinking about trading in my 8 Pro. I haven't been using it, and I don't think anyone's going to give me $850 for it, $550 for it. I just don't think it's going to happen. And also, by the time I feel like if I don't pre-order, they're going to take away that higher trade-in value, and then I'll be stuck with paying more. So I'm on the fence about ordering the 10 Pro Fold. I just don't see a use case scenario for me at all, especially when this phone exists. The Fold 7 is freaking crazy good. There's not a lot of folds that can match this in the United States. So waiting for OnePlus to do something good, and I'm waiting for Google to do something different. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.